Good afternoon. We are here with a new style video. Basically it's a Q&A video, but we are going to name it Chat and Tag because theoretically I chat to you and then I tag your links below to everybody who's asked the questions. The people who ask the questions are fellow crafters, so as a way of thanking them for asking me the questions and helping me with this video, I will tag the links to their pages below in the description. So definitely check them out. This video might have to be done over two sections, like over two videos, because there's quite a few questions and two of them are quite in-depth, which is fine, but this video might just run on for quite a while if I don't do it in two parts. Today is the 30th of January 2018. I will be doing one of these videos every month. So look out for the new playlist, Chat and Tag. Right, so without further ado, let's start with the first question. The first question comes from Lucy over at Lucy's Book Corner. Lucy is an independent Usborne organiser. She sells books, the typical children's books that you'd find at your school fairs and stuff like that. Link in the description. And Lucy would like to know, what piece have you enjoyed working on the most? Wow. Now that's a question and a half, Lucy. Does it only have to be one? Let's see. I don't know. God, there's been so many. Customer orders. Probably the trains. Yeah, probably. If there's been so many, so many. I mean, I actually did a necklace for Shiv, who is. I will answer her question next because it's next on the list, but Shiv messaged me a while back and asked me to do a necklace for her which had a Shakespeare quote on it, and I really enjoyed doing that one so much, so I did myself one too. But yeah, other than that, definitely the trains, the hand stamped trains. I really enjoyed bringing those to life. Otherwise, the textured range. Definitely, without shadow of a doubt, the new textured range has definitely been my favourite piece to work with at the moment in time. Quick snippet. It's a bit pooey focus wise because it's in selfie mode, so I'm afraid that'll have to do. But yeah, I love these new textured pieces. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. Another one as well that I really enjoyed doing, which hasn't featured on the page yet, because it's a personal make anyway, is this. Beaded flower. I love this. It's gorgeous. It was put together with petal beads and seed beads, and it's spread out over 2 layers. Don't know if you can see in it there, 2 layers, or 3 actually, because there's the back, the middle, and then this base here on the front. But I just absolutely love the way these petals move around, and the necklace just looks so different every time you wear it. It looks gorgeous. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. It was supposed to be a ring. It was actually, this is designed to be an actual ring, but I loved it that much. I'm like, no, it's going on a necklace. But yeah, so that's a personal make. I really like that one. Another one, this is only the very basic. I need to work on this a bit more. But chainmail. I have a thing for chainmail. Like I said, this is only a really basic one. It's just 2 jump rings. There's no fiddly bit in between. But yeah, chainmail, I have a thing for it. Definitely. And the final one is the cuff bracelets. I really love making these. This is mine. I love the fact that you can stamp messages inside. This is a textured one. I love doing a texture. I just love texturing. I absolutely love texturing. So yeah, definitely trains. Without a shadow of a doubt, I think my favourite my favourite piece to work with up to yet is the trains. So thank you for your question, Lucy. Let's move on. My second question is from Shiv Chambers. Shiv doesn't have a business page as such, but she is an acting coach and drama classes teacher. She does have a Facebook page for a Shining Stars drama group that she runs. Go check it out, guys. Link in the description. Go check it out, guys, because there's some, or unless she's taken them off, there's some videos on there from last year when she did a few snippets of production performances, pardon me, that they'd done. Absolutely amazing stuff. And Shiv would like to know, how do you juggle being a craftaholic with your everyday life? Well, theoretically, it's the other way around. Really, it's how do I juggle everyday life with being a craftaholic? But it's a strange one because I don't really have to juggle anything. It just kind of fits in. It almost fits in just as easily as like when your children go to after school club or sports club or dance, tap, whatever. It's kind of like that. It just fits in, but definitely I would be so lost without planning. I cannot have enough planners, trust me. But yeah, so it does, everything gets planned out, not just crafting wise, but personal wise as well. But crafting just kind of fits in. It's strange. I don't have to juggle it. It just is. Hard one to kind of answer is that. But definitely I would recommend, if you want to juggle being a crafter with everyday life, plan. Definitely plan. Grab as many planners. Never be afraid to have more than one. I have hundreds. That's just 4 of them. And I use all 4 of them every day, although granted 2 of them are notebooks. But I use all 4 of them every day. One of them's a weekly planner, so it's got everything in it over the week. Then there's a daily planner, so I take bits off the weekly planner and put it in the daily one. The other 2 are notebooks. But there's still stuff in the notebooks, plans wise. Mostly the don't forgets kind of thing. So, but yeah, and they're just the ones that I've got downstairs. At the moment, I'm currently in the bedroom because the lighting's a bit better up here. But I have several others up here behind me here on the beading desk, and they get used every day too. I like the ones downstairs if when more the technical side of things when I'm on the laptop, because the laptop's downstairs. So they're all mainly like networking related and obviously everyday plans. So shopping, like yesterday, Taylor were at sports club, pick up at 4:45, that sort of thing. Because while I'm downstairs, them are the ones that get looked at the most. So the most important ones go in the ones downstairs, but then I do come up here during the day to do other things too. So the ones on the beading desk have stuff in too. So yeah, planners, just planners everywhere, and these 2 notebooks live in my bag as well. So if I go out anywhere, I take them with me. They go in my bag. So yeah, like I said, I suppose in a way it does get juggled, but to me it doesn't feel like I'm juggling it with anything. To me it just feels like a normal, everyday thing. Because crafting is something I've always done. It's always been there ever since I was little. Used to craft all the time with my mum. So I hope that answered your question. I don't know, but definitely anybody who wants to juggle crafting with everyday stuff, plan it. Definitely. Get yourself a journal. Doesn't have to be a proper journal. Anything will do. Scratchy little piece of paper, providing you keep it with you. Just anything. Write everything down. Stupid little things as well. If you think that you're going to forget to brush your teeth later on because you've been busy all day, right? Brush your teeth down. Honestly, it's silly little things get put on my list because you will not believe the amount of silly little things that you do forget because you're so busy doing other things. But yeah, so good question. I hope I answered it. But yeah, just plan. Plan. Nothing else you can do. Right, third question is from, I love this question, it's from Michelle Thompson, and this question was asked in the group. Who wants to know, where do you get your gorgeous stationery from? Really, Michelle? Really? It was a jokey question. She followed it up by saying, serious question, is there anything you don't like working with? Well, for those who miraculously don't know by now, I get my stationery from Stationery Jack. That question was at both of these questions was asked in Stationery Jack's addicts group. So yeah, it was a jokey question, but in all seriousness, I do buy all my stationery from Stationery Jack. I'm not going to add his link in the description. If you would like to find him or see stationery from him, find the playlist, go to the playlist on YouTube, on our channel on YouTube, and go to Mail Time and find the Stationery Jack Mail Time videos. There's a lot. You'll find all the information you need there. So serious question, is there anything you don't like working with? Yes, Michelle, 2 things. 3 if you include kids, but 2 things. One of them is the sewing machine. Not many people know that I can sew, but I can. I don't like it, and I'm not that good at it, but I can. I was brought up my whole life with, well, my whole childhood, should I say, with sewing machines. My mum loves a sewing machine. She's a seamstress, or she was. Back when I was younger, Mum and Dad used to do the markets, and Mum used to make cushions. I used to sit on huge bags of stuffing and stuff them all while she was sewing them all up. But yeah, I had a couple of goes at them, and I just really didn't like the sewing machine. I have a sewing machine. She bought me one a few years ago, and I've used hers before, but I'm terrified of it. I don't like it. The second one is the Dremel, the drill. I do not like that either. I'm terrified of that too. So I will avoid using that as much as I can. So much so I bought a Mighty Punch, which is a handheld hole puncher for metal. So yeah, I don't like it. I do have one, and I will use it if push comes to shove, but I don't like it. The last time the Dremel was used for making holes in the aluminium blanks, I got the man to do it while they were doing something else. I'm like, well, you've got it, can you just do these for me, because I don't like it. It's not so much the noise, I don't know, I'm just terrified of slipping and doing something, hurting myself or doing something wrong, so I don't like using it. So where are we? Actually, I'll pick this one up off the floor. Just scooted one off onto the floor. Next question is, let's see. Next question is Michelle Gallagher from, or Gallagher, from Shell CCC. That's Shell's Cards, Colouring and Crafts. You will find links to her description, well, links to her page below, but you will also find videos on Shell stuff in the playlist in Mail Time. Wow. Michelle would like to know, I'd love to know where your inspiration comes from for new pieces. Wow. That's a really good question. Everywhere, really. Everyday life, depending what it is I'm making. Jewellery wise, kind of myself. I kind of make my jewellery and find my inspiration for the jewellery I make based on what I like, which is probably not the way to go when you're running a business, because it's supposed to be based on what other people like. A lot of my orders are custom orders, so the inspiration comes from the customers. But when I'm trying something different, something new, it definitely comes from myself. Not so much from others, it comes from me and what I like. I mean, I love textured pieces. I absolutely love my cuff bracelets. I love texturing them. I love the texture of it. but I also love doing it, mainly because I get to bash things really hard with a hammer. Good stress relief. But I love the overall look of it. I like how it looks. Yeah. I like how it looks. And definitely, I mean, gorgeous. Hello. I've worn these a million times since making them. I really have. I love them. Absolutely love them. This is one of my favourites. The heart. This is a textured one. Like this is one of my favourites too. It won't focus because I'm in selfie mode. But this is one of my favourites too. Absolutely love it. It's just so simple but so effective. And a really nice statement piece because it's quite a big heart, is that? And rather than stamping around it, which I can, it just looks, to me, it looks so much prettier, textured. And I like this as well because at the moment it's on that way, but if you just jiggle it a little bit, hooray, you can turn it that way too. So you kind of like got two necklaces in one with this. So yeah, but I love the textured pieces. I really do. But that come from me because I love texturing. I love doing the texturing. I love the way they look afterwards. Other people might not, but I do. I kind of suppose it depends which pieces I'm doing. When it comes to jewellery side of things, like I said, it's mainly customer inspired because a lot of them are customer orders. Like the trains, I had a thought of using the cog stamps as the wheels, and then everybody else came up with the, oh well, if you put a heart here or a star there, and if you put a name there, it looked really cool. And therefore the trains were brought to life. The gingerbread man. I love doing the gingerbread man, and that was Emma's creation, basically. I had the shape cut for me, but together with Emma, we worked on the design of it. So, like I said, jewellery wise and stuff like that, they are very much, well, stamping wise, should I say, sorry, jewellery wise, because they are very much customer based inspired. When it comes to beading, the beading side, beaded jewellery side of things like this, my inspiration comes from fellow beaders on YouTube. This was a pattern from Off the Beaded Path, a YouTuber called Kelly Dale over at Off the Beaded Path. But yeah, she used different petals actually. I just used what I had to hand, so mine come out differently, but that's the joy of doing these things. You put your own spin on it. But yeah, so beading wise, a lot of stuff that I make and my inspiration comes from from YouTubers, fellow beaders on YouTube. Jewellery wise, customer based, definitely inspired customer based, and then the rest of it comes from me. Quirky, like this dragon and a little tag on it. It says, a friend said I was delusional, I nearly fell off my, and then dragon. I just liked the whole bit down the side and the pendant. I like lariat necklaces. I'm working on a few of them at the moment, but they're not going to be ready for a while yet, because I can't quite get the patterns right on them, and that's going to be over on the beaded side of things anyway. So working on some tassels as well, both beaded and jewellery tassels, so watch out for them. So yeah, definitely, like I said, it kind of depends. Colour schemes and things like that definitely come from all around me. All around me. It's in the other room. One sec. Found it. So yeah, I was saying, Michelle, my inspiration comes from all around, seasonal as well as custom orders and me. This were another one. This was beads. I pulled an old piece of jewellery back, a few unfinished projects and an old piece of jewellery. Pulled it all apart, shoved it all in a bowl, give it a mix up, what we call bead soup in the beading world. Ended up with a mismatch, and because it were back in, I think it were August, September sometime, October, not sure when, back before Christmas anyway, autumn. The colours were just immediately screaming at me to do something autumn wise, so it got done on this memory wire, and it was turned into this lovely bracelet. But it was an autumn theme bracelet, just the little bits hanging off it and everything just reminded me so much of leaves and all that sort of thing. So yeah, I love it. I love doing stuff like this. So the inspiration just comes from everywhere, basically, just typical everyday life. So, but like I said, beading, jewellery wise, mainly customers, especially stamping. Beading wise, like I said, things like this come from beaders on YouTube. The beaders that I follow on YouTube and the patterns that I do, so this, like I said, was taken from a design by Kelly Dale over off the Beaded Path on YouTube. All the beaded designs I do are done following those YouTubers and their designs, and they're all free patterns. They're all free to do as long as they get recognition for the design, so which I have absolutely no qualms in doing. But yeah, so just everywhere really. But like I said, the textured range, which is the newest one, came from me because I just really love texturing and I love how it looks when it's done. It's just awesome. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you. Links to Michelle's pages are below, but like I said, alternatively go to the playlist section and mail time and go to Shell CCC. Awesome stuff in there. Next question is from Amy Newrick, and please don't shoot me, Amy, I'm sorry if I get this wrong. Amy is over at Keenaz Art Journals, Gifts and More. I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I have tried everything within my power to try and figure out how that is pronounced. Kenaz. I have no idea. I've been through your page, hoping that on one of your videos you're going to say your business name. No, you just have to make my life awkward, don't you? So I'm really sorry if that's pronounced wrong. The links are in the description anyway, guys. Go check her out. Amy's awesome. She's done me a few bits. Actually, one here. List book. I love this one. You probably see this quite a lot in the background on my beading on my mail time videos. But yeah, list book. Love it. Love it. And then I have another one in here I'll dig out now. But Amy would like to know what inspired you to start and where do you get inspiration for your collections from? Well, Amy, like I've just answered Michelle's inspiration question, inspiration comes from all around. What inspired me to start was friends and family. This is going to actually tie in with the next question, so I will answer these two questions in one, because the next question under Amy's is from Samantha Martin over at Sam's Pamper Station, link below. It said, what made you start the business in the first place? So the inspiration for the business and the reason I started the business in the first place, I will answer both your questions together, is, like I said, basically friends and family. I have always crafted my whole life, as I've said previously. Something I always did with my mum, something I've always done on my own. Just trying to find Amy's journal. So I used to make things quite regular, and then they'd be handed out as presents for the children at Christmas, friends, children, friends, and family, friends, children. And then all of a sudden, everybody kept saying, oh, can you do this? Can you do that? I'm like, well, I probably could, but I haven't got the stuff in to do it. Well, if we buy the stuff, will you make it for us? Well, I don't see why not. I'll have a go at it, yeah, certainly. And it just went from there. It really did just take off from there. Friends were buying beads and all sorts of stuff. They were out and about in town. My best friend, especially, Emma, she used to go out and about, and then she'd turn up and there'd be a bundle of jewellery. Literally, there'd be necklaces, bracelets, bangles, anything with beads on. And she's like, I found all these in one of the charity shops or on market, or I've looked through my old jewellery stuff. Is there anything you can do with them? Can you pull them all apart and make something new out of them? And I'm like, well, I can give it a go. And that's basically what I did to start off with. That's how I started with the jewellery side of things. I just went and bought old bits of broken jewellery and stuff like that, and took it all apart and made like this. Made something new out of it, and I really got the knack for it, and I really enjoyed doing it. So up until the jewellery side of things, my crafting were always paper based. It was scrapbooking, postcarding, stamp collecting, making silly things like I said, our house used to be like Blue Peter, making things out of toilet roll tubes, cereal boxes, yogurt cartons, all sorts of stuff. The jewellery side of things come in a lot later on in life, but when I was younger, I think I was around, I'd say probably about 13, something like that. My uncle turned up one day with a box about that big, like that, and it was ram-packed full of earring findings and charms and stuff like that for you to be able to make your own earrings. Well, that were all good and well, but back then I didn't have my ears pierced. But they were also ones for making clip-on earrings as well, which were handy. So I made a few different styles of earrings, and I made some for my friend who at the time, my best friend at that time, did have her ears pierced. So I was making her jewellery as far back as being 12, 13-year-old. And then through that, Mum and Dad turned around and said, well, look, you're old enough now. Would you like your ears pierced for your birthday? But you have to do it. My birthday's in October, but you have to have it done in the July holidays because you need 6 weeks, which back then you needed to leave 6 weeks for it to heal before you could take them out, and obviously 6-week holidays before having to take them out for school for PE. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I got my ears pierced. I think it were in the works anyway. But like I said, I got my ears pierced more because of this love of making earrings that I couldn't wear. But yeah, my uncle kind of kick-started the jewellery fetish, obsession, I don't know. I just then started doing the same then. I used to go around the charity shops myself when I was younger and find old pieces of jewellery and stuff and pull them apart and make earrings out of them. That's all I did. My kit was earrings. I had loads of different earring loops and all sorts of stuff. And so that started that. So I made earrings for a long, long time. And then, like I said, I still pull old bits of jewellery apart and remake it. Thankfully, through being able to make my own jewellery, I've managed to pull a few of my own personal pieces of jewellery apart to remake them that have broken, which I'm quite pleased of because I've got quite a few pieces that got broken over the years through kids yanking on them or me getting it caught in a jumper or whatever, getting it tangled and it got broke when I was trying to undo it. So I'm really pleased that I can actually fix my own personal jewellery now, and I now also get to make my own personal jewellery too, which is really awesome. If I want to go out, if we're going out somewhere to a family do or something and I'm like, oh, I could do with a new piece of jewellery or something to match that outfit, I just make one. It's awesome. Seriously, guys, if you don't want to craft to sell, craft to make your own stuff. It's amazing. Everything is, it's just so personal too. Unique and personal. It's awesome. Miles better than going to Asda's and Argos or wherever and getting something that's been done 1,000 times already. So yeah, anyway, back to the questions, guys. like I said, Amy, my inspiration, like I said, I answered for Michelle's question, comes from everywhere, people all around me. What I like personally, and the pair of you, Amy and Samantha, my inspiration for starting the business and what made me start the business in the first place is friends and family. They give me the shove that I needed eventually. Like I said, I used to craft for fun, and then it was like they'd start buying me the stuff, and then they were like, well, hang on a minute. A couple of times they bought something, and I'm like, I can't really use that. You should have got that one instead. So then it were just literally went from them buying me the stuff to them paying me and saying, you buy it, you know what you're dealing with, you know what beads you should be using or whatever, you buy it and we'll pay you for doing it. We'll pay you for the items. And then as time went on, family got a bit, I wouldn't say pushy, but then turned around and said, well, look, you're doing this pretty much now as a full-time thing. So, well, part-time, but full-time in your own time. Start charging for your time. And then it just went from there. And then it was like, well, hang on a minute. If we're going to do this, we're doing it properly. So, there you go. Which fits in brilliantly because I'm a full-time carer for Taylor as well. So, I've not had a great deal of luck. As far as going out and getting jobs paid jobs are concerned, because despite what they say about working around families that have children with disabilities and things like that, I haven't had very much luck. It's always been a case of, well, yeah, I can come and work, no problem, I can do this, this and this, but I need to be on call, I need my phone on me. Fair dues, I can give them your phone number, but I need to be on call, and at the drop of a hat like that, I might have to go straight away. Oh no, you can't do that. Well, I'm sorry, but I have to. I'm his carer, you know. No, sorry, you can't do that. You're unemployable because we need you. You can't just go like that. So I got peed off and eventually just ended up doing a few voluntary jobs, one of them mainly working in a charity shop, which I absolutely loved. But then family happened, life got in the way, a few family problems happened. Come out of work, and then it was like, well, hang on, I'm sat at home doing nothing, let's get back to the crafting side of things. So, yeah. So it is handy because it does let me work around Taylor. I mean, he's not so bad now, he's older. He's not as, I'm going to say dependable. He does depend on me still quite a lot. But with him now being at a special needs high school, they are more than capable of catering his needs, and I am not necessarily needed as much as I used to be to go up and sort things out when things go pear-shaped. But I still do get a call and say, can you come now? So the thing is, with autistic children, they don't like waiting. So when you say, can you come now, you need to go now. Otherwise, by the time you've got there, there's a full-scale meltdown, riot and everything on their hands. And going back to Amy and her Kinas, art journals, gifts and more. Ta-da! Like I said, I've already shown you one. Got rid of, put it back now, didn't I? List book. This was the other one she did. I love this. It's all hand drawn. Raise your reach. This was way back in the early planning stages of the now raise your. No, it's not raise your reach at all. That's what it was going to be called. Reach for the Stars networking group. Like I said, this were months in the planning before we opened up, and we was originally going to call it Raise Your Reach, and we all chose our own god and goddesses names. Mine was Delphinus. Dolphins. I love dolphins. And I told Amy, can you make me a book, please? And then I can use it for writing all my admin stuff down in, please. And I really need to use it. I do really need to use it. I love this. It's all painted by hand. This one's textured. I love it. Absolutely love it. And then just pages are sewn in by hand as well. I love it. Absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I love the feel of it and everything. So I'm actually going to keep this out now and start using it. So, yeah. And Sam's Pamper Station. Like I said, the links to everything are below. Sam's Pamper Station, guys. Get yourself over to the playlist, and Sam's Pamper Station, I think, will come under the vlog section. I don't think it's under mail time because Sam's wasn't actually a mail time that I did. Sam's was a vlog that I did of using the bath salts. So I would probably look for Sam under the vlog section, but I will link to her page below in the description anyway. So seriously check her out, guys. Now that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's them questions answered. I'm going to turn off for you now, guys. There's 2 more questions to go, but I'm going to turn off for you now, guys, and I'm going to come back to these other 2 questions because one question, there's a question from one person, but there's a few questions in one. Quite good questions, so I will answer them. And then there's quite a personal question that I honestly don't mind answering, but it could get a bit in depth, so I'm going to come back to these 2 later or tomorrow in a separate video, and I'll answer them too then. Okay, so for now I will see you later. Look out for part 2. Okay, bye.